Now, my friends, we've almost come to the end of our session, but we have one last speaker who essentially is going to close our seminar, if you like. And we would ask you please to welcome... stop breaking things. We would ask you please, would you welcome Eamon O'Connor from the IMSA, of course, and chair of, and Eamon, in fact, is from Rostrevor in County Down, is that right? He is indeed. Come on. Eamon is going to give you his closing reflections. Thank you.
Thank you. My role here today is just basically to summarise what we've done today and what we've gone through and what we've got out of it. And I know we're going to thank lots of people. I think one person that definitely needs a big thanks is for Michael, for coming down. Yeah, I've been at previous events where Michael's been a presenter, and he always does an excellent job. And we all, of course, know him from TV, but he just is such a good communicator. Makes life a lot easier, very nice and easy. And particularly the fact that he came down with one crutch is even very, very good of him to do that, you know. I've been in Virginia before. My own shed in Rostrevor and Virginia have had a connection for a number of years. It all sort of stopped with COVID, but we came down to visit here a few times, and I've always been very impressed with it. And they've also come to Rostrevor, and you know, they're welcome back again now that we can all start moving again. And if anybody else is up around the Mourns, please drop into Rostrevor Main Shed while you're about. Just to summarise today, I think the day started off extremely well with Heather Humphreys. It was very good of her to come here, but it was also even better to announce that she was giving us €1 million. You know, so and that's an increase on last year where it was 800,000, and this year, and it was 2,000 per shed. But now she's talking about 3,000 per shed, and we were extremely pleased last year with the scheme because it was actually 90% of the sheds took that money. Now, we didn't give out everything, but 90% of sheds that we knew of applied for the money. And that is a phenomenal result. We never thought it would be that high. But it shows that there still are the people out there, and the people need the money. That money makes a big difference. And obviously with the inflation, particularly in the last year, that extra €1,000 makes a big difference. Just to keep the doors open. So again, just once again, I know she's long gone. She's probably had another 10 engagements since she left here. But I mean, it was phenomenal. And it's a really big thanks to the government for the support that they give us. It's just, you know, I think she deserves another round of applause. And of course, Enda then spoke about the benefits of main sheds to everyone, and I don't need to go over that again, what Enda's done. Enda has been with us just over about 2.5 years, about Enda. And he's done a really, really good job, particularly the aspect with the due to the funding. You know, that has been a big initiative that Enda has done. And of course, but we've also employed a lot more extra staff that are doing things. Particularly, I'm really happy with a lot of you have been involved in the Sheds for Life, and that's a big thing. And you know, thanks to Rebecca for all the work that she's done with that. And again, Rebecca, Eva, and Ben, and James, who's new to this, they've all been involved in getting this event going today. And I think the program has been fantastic. I really do. I think you all agree. It's been a great program. It's just, it's extremely hard to put on a good program, you know. But there's so much work in getting that balance in it of the things that are interesting. And I think everybody, the fact that you know everybody's still sitting here is a testimony to how good it's been. Michael Harding was just, he was fantastic, wasn't he? He just got that thing. I think when the three lads were up here talking earlier on, I said, I was thinking, are they from Cavan? Because they did such a good job, you know. But just that whole thing where the benefit of talking, just the benefit, and we've all got that. And it's the thing that we all know that. We all get that because we get it from our own sheds. Because most of the guys in my shed, we have a big shed, we've about 30 active members. and they're all friends. They weren't friends when the shed started, but they're friends now, and they're good friends. Like we're having our Christmas dinner in a couple of weeks, and there's 30 guys going to it, you know, all from the shed. So that's, I'm bad in the first round, guys. There's a few guys, there's several guys here as well. So they're doing it. And then I enjoyed David Mulligan's talk. Very interesting about what's going on, the benefit that the shed brings to the people in the prison, and what it does for them, and what it and it, even for them to reintegrate into society. But it's also that when you're in a situation like that, just to feel that you've got something to look forward to. When you get up in the morning, you have something to look forward to. You know, I could just imagine how terrible it must be just be sitting in a cell and have nothing else to do, and just to have that, to go down and do that and feel that you're doing something that brings you benefit. And it's something that we all understand, the benefit of the shed, but it's good to see that it's going on. And I would really like at some point to get a chance to come down and visit your facility and talk them in the place. I think that's something, and I'm going to tell Enda he has to come with me, by the way. But I think that's something I would like to see, and it's something I'd like to see expanded even more into all the prisons, you know. And it's good to see that, as you said, in Australia, where the first main shed started, that they're interested in what it's sort of like bringing it all back home, you know, isn't it? So that connection. Carol Power, who did their video presentation, my own shed participated in that survey and stuff and we actually were one of the sheds that did the online survey, and it was very beneficial. But think of it even for the benefits of bringing yourselves. We have recently made, the Sheds for Life program is funded by the HSC. So as you probably are aware, Rostrevor is in the north of Ireland. So we can't get funding from the HSC, which of course is fine. But what we've done recently is we applied for our own funding from the health board in the north to put on a Sheds for Life program. And one of the things that we did, the accompanying documents, was that report. That report that they put in, which showed the benefits of sheds and the benefits of the Sheds for Life program, what that brings. And when you're making funding applications, throw something like that in with it. It's available online. You can download the document, but you're mostly now, when you're doing applications, you're doing them online. But you can download all of that documentation and just put that as an addition on the email or in your application and send that on with it. Have a read through it and look at the benefits of it. But it's a great document to see, because it's an academic document. These are people that have done the research and have come up with something, and stick that in with your application. You know, it's a very powerful document to have. Then when we got on to, and of course it leads on to with Kate Chandler and Karen Moore, where they're talking about biodiversity and the funding of that. In particular, I like the fact that whenever Kate, I'm getting the two names now, or Karen was talking about the funding, that it's 100% funding. That's music to our ears. We all know that. You know, it's so hard to come up with money, but if you can get 100% funding, that is such a great thing. And also, that there's somebody there to help you with the application. That's the two big things that we need. So, you know, and also in our presentation now, you can see all of the documentation, but see all of the things that there's lots of good ideas. So, you know, go on, you know, people can go on, look that stuff up, find out about it, and think of projects to do that, and please do apply. I think that was something very exciting to me, to see that was available. And you know, and also that about the pollinators, again, another good idea. And go on to that whenever you were showing like your website. There's a lot of good information. We do something in my own shed on that. We have bee boxes and stuff like that, but there's lots of good ideas. So you know, while it's fresh in your mind, you know, this afternoon or tomorrow or something like that, go and look at that stuff and see what benefit is it you can bring to things. I enjoyed the fun of the exercise. It was great, wasn't it? Just to get us going again. So you all have to do that every day now for the rest of the year. So, you know, get yourselves ready for Christmas, you know. So you make space available for that turkey and ham and Christmas pudding. But that was fun, and do that. Just get yourselves moving. You know, it was nice. It's a nice wee break just before the final section. And I must admit, the last section on the unmentionables I really couldn't get over the honesty of the men. That to talk about those sort of things. It's just And that's what it is, talk about what's going on. It's important. And even, like, we even laughed, you know. Michael Harding got it perfectly, you know, that, you know, the person who had the worst experience was the one that got the most laughs, you know. And maybe that's what men are like, you know. We do have to talk. We have to get into that and do it. I know my own father, the another thing is, like, my own father died at 69 of a heart attack. And if there had been a man shed around, he wouldn't have passed away at that, because he retired and he just sat and watched TV, you know. And he was a smart man. He was very good with his hands, and his job involved working with his hands, and you know. But he just sat down and just watched TV and smoked cigarettes and had a sandwich and a cup of tea and things like that. And I turned 69 recently, and I still think of myself as a young man. And you know, but you know, there's nothing wrong with going to the doctor with your worry. I have 8 brothers, and 3 of my younger brothers have all had heart problems in their 50s. And my brother Kevin, I hope he doesn't mind me mentioning him, about 6 weeks ago, he went to, and he's 10 years and a day younger than me. So he had just turned 59 the day after I turned 69. And he went to the doctor a week later, and the day after, he lives in the United States, the day after he went in for a quadruple bypass. And only he had happened to go to the doctor for a normal checkup to do with his insurance. He went in, how his heart was still beating, I don't know. So the first thing I did, as soon as I heard that that happened to him, I phoned my doctor and I said, I want to check. And he says, what, is there anything wrong with me? No, I have no heart problems, nothing. But I'm 69, my dad died at 69, 3 of my brothers had heart problems in their 50s, I want to check. So I got a check. It took a week to get it, which is not that long. But, you know, do that. And he said, why? I said, because I'm entitled to it. You know, don't take no for an answer. You know, don't let the doctor, they try to put you off, but don't let them put you off. You know, you have a reason, you have a worry. Worry's one of the stress is one of the things that, you know, will make you have a heart attack. So, you know, you've got to take away that worry. So just go in and ask. And as you said, all the guys here, talk about all those issues, you know. So anyway, guys, thanks for coming today. I really appreciate you all being here. It's great to see such a great crowd. It's great to get back together again. We haven't been back physically since 2018 in Cork. Although funny enough, when we were talking about you were talking about the pollinators earlier on, there was a bunch of us were in, how many people here were in Killarney? Which was a phenomenal experience. And one of the things that we were doing in Killarney was, as you said, one of the problems with the rhododendrons, they're not pollinators. They're not a native flower. They're no good to anything. So they're, apart from the fact that they're killing everything off, they're no good for the birds. They're no good for and they're no good for the bees. And they're not even good for the deer. Don't even eat them. But that was a great experience for me to be down there with that group of men only 2 weeks ago, and then here we are back, a big bunch of us back together again. And it's great to get together with all the guys, because first and foremost, I'm a shedder. I'm just a guy from Reservoir Shed. I happen to be the chairman of the Irish Men's Association, but I'm a shedder. That's what it is. And I just love being here with all you guys. So if anybody about over the next hour or two, you want to have a chat, come over and have a chat. But we're not going to talk about high things, we'll just talk about what you do in your shed. Okay? Anyway, guys, thanks for today.
Eamon, thank you very much indeed for those strong words. And can I say, isn't Eamon a very fit-looking 69-year-old? Huh? I was 69 myself, my last birthday, by the way. Actually, I'm going to have to own up, Eamon. I'm nearly a year ahead of you. I'll be 70 after Christmas. Okay, we're almost done, folks, but Enda wants to say a few quick words to you before we close on this particular section. Thank you very much indeed.
Thanks, everybody. Just 2 things left to do. The last little piece is my shed, what it means to me. So we will be aware, I suppose, that coming into 2024, we're probably going into an election year, and we're going into certainly local and European elections, probably going to be followed up by a general election sometime September, October, along there of next year. Down the back, you will see everyone is facing this way, but on the very back wall, there is 3 kind of sheds. There's a couple of guys doing theatrics down there, that's what I'm laughing at. So down there, there's these 3 white things that are meant to look like sheds, okay? And what I want people to do is to walk down there when we're finished up and just write on that shed. There is markers supplied in buckets, what your shed means to you. And we're going to take those captions and we're going to use them in pre-election material, because as we roll into an election, as everybody knows, it is an opportunity, I suppose, to influence policy at a national level. It's an opportunity for us to try and get issues to do with men's sheds into the programme for government. The most important thing within that is to emphasise how important men's sheds are just to us, to men ourselves. So we just want people to write on that there, and then when we do pre-budget submission stuff, so when we do pre-election manifestos and so forth, you will see your captions on those. So that's really what we're going to ask people to do, is just walk down there, grab a marker and write on that what the shed means to you. It could be anything from, it means the world, it's a pot of gold, you know, get away from the wife, whatever it is, doesn't matter. You know, that's what that is for. So there's 3 of those along there, and we hope that you would utilise that. And the very last thing is that Ned is here to just present a pen to Michael, to thank Michael for coming along today, and to you know, support us and to, you know, add to the atmosphere of the whole event. Once that's over, the food is that way, the stands are that way, and the music is somewhere in between. Thank you.